So I thought a really good exercise to do is to go through each instrument and give you an idea of the kind of dynamic tools that I'll be using, I would be using if I was trying to get this mix into shape. And as always, have a look into your example file, all of these files there, so you can play along with your own DAW and or also your hardware recorder. If you're able to import that into your hardware recorder. So first thing, let's have a listen to a kick drum. What's the first thing that sticks out, right? Exactly, that snare drum is bleeding through, right? So what's the tool of choice to get rid of drum bleed? Absolutely, it is a gate. So we'll insert here, plug in dynamics, and we'll go to expand a gate. Okay, so here we go. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring up, they probably do, yeah, they have one here, a noise gate for a kick drum. And basically what I like to do is go through the presets. If they got a preset, then most of the work's been done for you. Then you're free to tweak that. And also it just helps in your learning to kind of see, like we said before, how other engineers, how all the smart folks at Pro Tools or Logic Audio, how they come up with these. And then you can it's not like you have to use these presets, but they tend to be a good starting point. So you can see right now the range, it's almost muting. So let's actually hear this. Okay, what I'm looking for is that are there any of those leading kick drums that are not making it? So for example, if this was set to here, then we're getting nothing, right? So it needs to be down here. You could imagine that this would pass some kick drum notes, but not all of them. You certainly don't want to be down here, or else everything's going to be coming through. So you just want to be looking at these levels. Okay. If you've got too long a release, things will bleed through there. If you have too short a release, then it'll start sounding a little unnatural. And you'll get clicking, things like that. We don't want that. Same thing with the attack. If you want that really fast, you may get clicking. Yeah, it's sounding a little unnatural. So probably about here. And what I might do is not, pull all that out. So that's a big difference. Check that out versus maybe tighten that release up a bit. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is place a compressor on that. Bring up a factory default. What do we got here? Kick, tight, and kick thumb. So a big difference between a kick, tight, and a kick thumb, like I said before, is the attack. If we make that fast, now it's more kind of a round tone. We definitely don't want that. You want to let that initial transient get through. You know what's going on is that's a part of the song where it's not making it through the gate. So what I might do here is bring that threshold down. Okay, so that's working a little bit better there. So that's what you got to do every time you start working with some of these drums. If you set up your levels and set up your thresholds for your gates and your compressors, you really got to go through the whole length of the song, because sometimes the dynamics will change so much that those really small snare roughs and grace notes won't make it through the gates and your compressors.